Hey, my friends, Mike here. And today I'm going to show you a very simple make automation that's using data for SEO to get keyword suggestions using their algorithm. So I'm using this API endpoint. And as you can see, it's their keyword suggestion endpoint. It uses an algorithm to find the keywords. So for an example, if you were to use this as your keyword, you could then, these would be your end results. And so I also used its AI bot here. I wish I had my history, but it's on my other computer. But I was trying to see like how to get more than 1,000. And their AI is very helpful. Just make sure you change it to request helper and tell it what API you're using, and it'll literally tell you how to use it. So what I did here, let me just show you what this looks like. So of course I'm doing digital cameras again. And then this is the result that gets returned is all of these are questions. So unlike using the other API where people also ask, this is more like search intent. And I'm searching by keyword difficulty, competition, volume, the intent, and the last time it was updated. Now, a lot of people get confused with competition level. This actually has nothing to do with like the keyword difficulty. This is more based on Google Ads. This is the CPC competition, basically, cost per click, if you were going to run ads. This here is what, the SEO difficulty would be. And this is a scale of 1 to 100. So very low is obviously very easy. And these are all pretty much in the mids. And then, of course, we have search volume. And as you can see, I've got 100 keywords here. And this cost me 6 operations because, once again, we're using the API call to save on make automations. Because if I were to run this without the API call, this would be 106 or 105 operations. And if you were to turn this up to 1,000, I mean, this would be over 1,000 operations. But doing the API call, it only cost me 6 operations. So the long and short of it is we're doing a Google Sheet. And I'm just searching for that. Let me just change this pending. Then just set it up with your sheet. And I like to do, the search rows and put this filter in, because then that way, you can decide which one you want to use. And if you've already used one and you haven't deleted, at least you won't run it again. So that's why I do that. And of course, I always just have it return 1. You are then going to pick your data keyword SEO, which if you just pick an operation thingy, and then you just want to do kit keyword suggestions, and it's under their labs right here. So you just click that. And then basically what you want to make sure you do is on your spreadsheet, you're going to need the location and the language. These are almost always needed. So I can show you how to find more of these if you need to. But to make it easy, I'm doing United States and English. So then I just hard code it. So location, you can see here says United States. So I just map that in there, language and keyword. And we'll just do 100 to start with. We can also offset that. I'll show you how to use that. You can sort these by search volume or cost per click. I usually don't like to sort them. You can do synonyms. I usually ignore this because I'm usually searching for a very specific keyword. If I wasn't searching for just digital cameras and I wanted, synonyms, I would, suggest no. And then once again, I wanted the who, what, where, when, why, how, should, and is. And once again, I just asked the AI how to do that. And once again, I don't have it on here and I keep thinking I do. But I asked it how to set that up and it showed me. And I'm not going to include the SERP information. You can if you want. It doesn't do anything for me. And then after that runs, we're just going to iterate the items. So you can see this is what your output will look like. If we go results, 1, all the way to the bottom, items. Let's see, here's all of the keywords. And so I just want this information. So we just set the iterator up to iterate tasks, results, items, and then just click that. And then, of course, my favorite tool in the world is the aggregator. And then you just want to set this up just like your spreadsheet. So as you can see, my spreadsheet is keyword, keyword difficulty, competition, search, intent, and last updated. So I have keyword, keyword difficulty, competition, volume, main intent, last updated. And I've shown plenty of videos how to do this. You just basically do an open quote or open bracket, and then it's quotes, the thing you want, quotes, comma, quotes, the thing you want, quotes, commas, quotes. And then you just close it off with a close bracket. And then to make the API call, once again, you're going to want to set this up as your URL. So this is just spreadsheets. And then luckily we already get the ID from here. I mean, you could always hard code your ID, which is this big number right here. And then values. And then this here is what our actual sheet name is, which this one is keyword suggestions. And then you're going to do content, type, application JSON. Make sure you put this in exactly as it's written with a capital I and a capital O. This all needs to be capitals with an underscore. And then it's just a curly brace, values in quotes, semicolon. You do an open bracket. You want your text from your aggregator. Close it, save it. And then I just have this updating the row to done, and I'm using the now thing. So that way it puts a date on it. So that way you know when it was actually run. See, like this one was run on 1:30. And like I said, that's pretty much it. So if we just do 100 of these, so I'll just go ahead and delete all these just to show you what I'm doing here. So let's go ahead and save and run. And then there we go. And then, of course, I like to sort by difficulty because I like to know the low difficulty words, which most of these are. But as you can see, it gives me all these great keywords. I've got 100 keywords. I've spent 6 operations. Now, there is a way to, was it paginate? So if you wanted more than 1,000, all we'd have to do is basically duplicate this process. So I actually have another one set up here. This is the same. So from here to here, I just copied these and put a router. And so your first run would be 1,000 offset 0. Your second run would be 1,000 offset 1,000. Your third run would be 1,000 offset 2,000. And then your fourth run, I don't know why this keyword thing is on here. So this would be 1,000 offset 3,000. And I don't want SERP data. So that's so this will get you 4,000 keywords. And it would cost you about 20 automations. And you would get 4,000 keywords on here. And you can keep going too. You could go all the way up to, I think it's 10,000 before it'll probably start kicking you off. But if you could also set timers up on this because you're only allowed to do so many of these a minute. I think it's 20. Well, you can run 30 at a time. So you could probably run all of them and not have an issue. But I also wanted to show you guys though how much this actually costs to run, because that's always a big thing when you're running a business here. So if I go to my SEO dashboard, go to usage, and this is using the labs. And so today I've spent 10 cents, 0.097. And you can see here how much it actually costs. So if you go here to their pricing page, we're basically doing a search intent. or you can even say it's the other endpoint. So price per task is a penny plus this much for every individual keyword. So if you run this 1,000 times, so if we run it 1,000 times 0.0001, it's going to be 10 cents plus a penny, 11 cents. So to get 1,000 keywords would be 11 cents. So if you ran this big old thing, this would be 11, 11, 11, 11, 44 cents is how much this would cost you to get 4,000 keywords, which that's not bad at all. So I will leave a link in the description so you can download this. I'll leave this one too if you really want, but I'll leave this one down there. And if you have any questions, just reach out. If not, stay tuned for the next one and have a good one.